This is the article. It doesn't actually say who it's like, what newspaper it's from. It just says up in the corner that it's from Thursday, December 1st, 2005. And it says County News by Alan Norman. The photo is by an R. Rogers. And it's pretty much the only true identifying information that we have for this actually just being like, real. Um, but we're going to end up seeing. But this one is just interesting. I don't know why. I like, for the pocket lore, sometimes the UFO ones, because I don't really research those. UFOs are outside of my wheelhouse for the paranormal. I like to stick to things that are more earthbound. But yeah, this one is about aliens, supposedly. So let's see. We have basically aliens in Utah since the 1960s. Oh, quick skim. Big Creek witnesses have claimed to have heard dogs barking and children shouting when neither dogs nor children were present. So that sounds like a ghost. But phantom sounds. Canyon crest. The parked vehicle or a parked vehicle rolled down a slope into the canyon more than 100 feet below, killing 9 people, including a young boy whose body has never been found. Well, I swear when I skimmed this before, yeah, like in the middle of it, it talks about UFOs. So I guess we start off with ghosts and then we go into UFOs because this is very ghostly. Let's see. We had dogs barking and children shouting when they weren't present. Lots of car accidents. 9 cattle mutilations in Utah this year. That's gross. If aliens are coming to Earth just to mutilate cows, why? It's gross. Let's see. The predators left no footprints to reveal their identities and no blood stains on the earth. In some mutilation cases, the cow's entire insides appear to have vanished. Ew. In 1966 was the very first animal mutilation. That's the death of a horse. Many ranchers believe that aliens are behind these mutilations, and extraterrestrials are still offered up today as explanation for these bizarre events. Normal skeptic stuff. Alright. You always thought aliens taking cows was always a myth. Yeah, that's actually, when I was first looking at this article, I did like a little bit of pre-research because it almost feels like too fake of an article because everything in here seems very like by the book for like Hollywood aliens and stuff, but I don't know for certain because I found a little bit of information on it, but not a whole lot. So, and it's the internet, so it's always hard to tell. But, let's see. Here we had residents of southwestern Utah experienced an intense and unimaginable bright flash of light, which lit the area brighter than daylight for 2 to 3 seconds. At the same time, people from all across western Utah began calling the UFO hotlines, reporting their sightings of an unidentified object traveling overhead. Most reported a hovering ball of light. A crowd of 12 stargazers were shocked when a mysterious UFO was spotted hovering in the sky in rural Utah. Eyewitnesses recall it hovering for half an hour in the clear night sky on a Saturday. It moved extremely slow and not like a plane. Nobody knew where it came from or where it landed. There is a ranch in Utah Basin region with UFO sightings, hauntings, and bizarre happenings. The boom of UFO sightings in recent months, observed in both day and nighttime hours, is not an isolated incident. This is all over the U.S. People having UFO sightings. Numerous accounts have been reported all over the U.S. of people observing unusual activity. In the stable, there have been reported activities such as strange knockings, apparitions, and people reporting the feeling of being touched. So, are aliens ghosts? Are ghost aliens? Are these two different things? I was just a little bit baffled how it's like UFOs, but then it says, like apparitions. So, and people report the feeling of being touched. That's more usually a ghost thing. But a cluster of paranormal activity has been reported in another ranch in Colorado. Witnesses report sightings of strange humanoid entities and UFOs. The U.S. government is interested in the site because of... My brain is not reading the sentence right. The U.S. government is interested in the site because of since the incredible and strange phenomena that have been reported. I don't know, that reads weird to me, but reports of mysterious balls of light and supposed active interdimensional portal. It's weird that they're calling this a Bermuda Triangle, but they're not, like, you have like points that you would say the triangle is, because it makes a triangle. So they say from this location to this location to this location, but they don't have that here. It's like they mentioned, Utah, is that all of Utah is like, with it, now with this being Colorado, my brain is trying so hard to grasp at what it's just like, what is the location that we're looking at for it, basically. And also too, I'm very curious where this was actually published. Let's see. I did throw this into Google Lens, as always, and I pulled most of my images for my pocket lore off of Pinterest, so it did not surprise me that the very first one was this one. And when I pulled it off, it didn't even have a link attached to it. It was just the image, because it's one of those ones that's been circulated around a whole lot. It's like the only image match that there was. And you can see, like, they do go back to Tumblr, which I've never really known if, like, a site like this is actually based off of something real, or if it's just more like fanfic or what. I used Tumblr for all about a week at one point in time, and it just wasn't for me. So I did not stick around. They really didn't put like any kind of information with this. Like nobody even made comments on it. It's just people liked it or reblogged it. So let's see. That did not pull up how, or what I was hoping it would. I was hoping it would actually pull up the pin itself, but it did not. You don't want to go to Skinwalker Ranch? Yeah, honestly, Skinwalkers are the one thing that I don't really want to know if they're real or not. I'm okay with knowing that, you know, that's one of those things I'm never going to learn about. I wouldn't even say that it's like something I'm worried about missing out on, or that's my line in the sand and I'm not crossing it. I never, ever, ever, ever want to deal with skinwalkers. Ever. But yeah, there's movies about them, or about Skinwalker Ranch. So that's, again, why I wonder about, like, something like a Tumblr account. Like, is it a fan account for something like that? Or is it a account for accounts that actually happen there? So, Dan, you can go to Skinwalker Ranch alone. No way. I'm never ever. Nope. You can't make me. So let's see. Let's see if we can search the text. I did try searching before for the article name, and that didn't yield anything. So what is Alan Norman? It's always fun where the first name that pops up for somebody that you're searching for is on IMDb. Make sure I spelled it right. I was hoping that something would pop up for like a newspaper. There's a lot of Alan Normans. Alright. Are any of these... Journalist. I had to think of the word. My brain completely blanked on that. What was the date on this? December 1st, 2005. I was curious to see if the date was actually the correct date, which it is. So that's good, but let's see. I am so very bad at spelling. Like, oh, absolutely. There's things that I have misspelled to the point that even autocorrect has given up on me. And then I have to resort to speech to text. And I'm always really embarrassed by that. It's like, I know this word, But for whatever reason, I don't know this word. Images on the internet scare you. Yeah, I am definitely like, I have like the weirdest search history. I copied out just one of the random paragraphs out of here, out of the image, to see if it pulled up. It did not. You want to hear some of my search history things? Well, it's just all from like doing the research and stuff that I do. So it's just, you look, the life of any writer is having a really weird and fucked up search history. So in my case, it's all paranormal related. So it's all weird, spooky shit that I'm looking up. And I'm like also too looking up fucking death certificates and things like that. And it's weird. But I suppose it could be worse. It's not like I'm like a murder mystery writer or anything like that. So I'm not looking up that kind of stuff. I'm not saying this article is fake, but it is one that there doesn't seem to be a source for beyond the Skinwalker Ranch. Because let's see. Yeah, because even this just takes you to the same Tumblr page. So, I don't know. Like I said, this, you can't say that, you know, it's not a real article, but I feel like a real article would be a lot easier to find a source of. Where in this case, there's just nothing. There's a single image where the newspaper in question is just county news. And I don't think we would, at that point in time, you know, 2005, we'd have too many newspapers just referred to as county news. I feel like most of them were starting to get swallowed up by bigger names. But I could be wrong. It could just be like a little one that people would put in mailboxes for free or something like that. But there doesn't seem to be an actual source for it, which is a little sad. I was kind of hoping that there would be. But it is, there are, you know, some interesting stories in this that I wonder if they're actual sightings or if they were just made up for the article. Kudos to whoever wrote this out if it was used for something else, because they wrote out a full article. It would have been really nice if there was something linking back to an actual source just to see what else they did, if they ever mentioned it again.